Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, it is a Monday morning. I hope you all had a great weekend. I was busy in the garden painting fence panels. So my back is killing me today, I tell you. All weekend, Saturday, Sunday, just painting in the garden, getting it ready for, you know, the Easter and the summer, just freshen it all up. Yeah, the wife wanted the fence panels done, so happy wife, happy life, as they say. Anyway, back in the workshop for a rest, and we are working on the Nissan Note today. Last time we saw this, we had the key done, but it didn't run. It didn't run, it didn't drive, nothing. It just wouldn't, the key wouldn't recognise. That now has been done, and I'm going to show you that in a second. And yeah, I'm going to explain exactly what we're going to do and what is the plan for this car, because this has got to go to the body shop and the paint shop on this car. So let's get into it. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys. Just before we get into this, let me show you what has arrived, and we are going to be using it in tomorrow's video. 1000 volts. Look at that. Insulated tool set. So that is for the electric van, but that is tomorrow, guys. Right, today, this is what we're going to be working on. The Nissan Note. And yeah, basically, I've spoken to the body shop and paint shop, and he's basically telling me, I said, look, strip it all down, but don't remove the crash bar. Just remove the bumper, the wing, all the little bits and pieces, even the rad pack, the intercooler. He said, remove anything you can just to get out of his way, just to save him some time, because he is going to need to sort of, yeah, straighten this back up. So that is kind of going to be the plan today. We're going to strip it right back, have a look at it, see how bad it is, because I haven't touched the front of this at all. So we don't know, you know, we really don't know the extent of the damage. I've disconnected the battery now. I always do that, and then I forget. Because I just wanted to show you. Just put that there for a minute. Just want to show you. Oh, it's a cold morning this morning. Tell you what, it's a bit fancy, isn't it? The old lights and stuff that's coming up there. But yeah, as you can hear, got quite a bit of petrol left as well. Look, just a half a tank of fuel there. Obviously, it's due a service. We're going to be doing that service after it's come back from the body and paint shop. But at least we've got a working. It's got maps as well. You can see that sat nav. So yeah, at least we've got, you know, a running, driving car now. He managed to get it programmed and done. But we really need to get this front end off so we can have a look at the damage behind this one. We've got a little, I think we've got a little bit of leg damage there as well. That wheel has definitely been kinked in and over at an angle, definitely. So we're going to have to change the leg. That's a lot straighter. But we get the bumper off. I think we leave the bonnet on, because we could just leave the bonnet in place with the catch in there. We've got to get that wing off. I have got, and actually got another wing. Now, when I bought it, the guy did turn around and say to me, it was the same colour. I told him what colour it was, and he said, yeah, that's the one. It does look like it, but it's weird because when you go in different areas and different shades, it changes colour. So I'm not 100% convinced that that is going to be the correct one, but we will find out. You know, once we removed this damaged one here, and give it a good, you know, strip it all down and have a look, see what's going on. So that is what we're going to do first. Let's get it all stripped down, bumper and wing, and we'll go from there, and we'll just see how far we can go with this one today. Basically, I'm hoping we just get it all ready for the body and paint shop. That's my kind of aim. I have checked to make sure that if we do remove that rad pack, there's no air conditioning, and there isn't. It is completely empty. I've checked. I've undone that there, and I've checked to see if it's completely dead. There's nothing in there. So, yeah, I'm going to check this with water bottle as well, see if we have to replace this. It possibly has been cracked or split because of the hit. Just don't know. Just don't know what has been damaged. So, let's get set up and, yeah, start stripping this one down. Let's do this. Right, okay, well guys, there we go. The front end is all stripped off, bumper and wing. Not too bad on the wing. Bumper was a little bit tricky. They didn't use, normally with you know, most manufacturers I've come across, they use screws underneath that hold, obviously, the underneath of the bumper, the plastic lip, the surround part, this part at the bottom here. 2 or 3 screws, and that normally secures it. With this one, God, there was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 like little plastic connectors that push up all along underneath, and 2 10mm bolts that secure it to this panel as well. So it fitted on there, and a 10mm bolt went over it. So yeah, very it was very much up there and screwed in place, but got it off. And now we can have a good look at some of this damage that's on this. Yeah, straight away you can see that's obviously split off that, which is, you know, it's still got to be, it's broke basically. So we're gonna have to get another one of these. I can tell that straight away. Look, it's not gonna sit on there properly. You know, it's just busted off. So we're gonna have to get another one of them straight away. Notice that. What else have I noticed? The washer bottle definitely needs to be replaced, guys, because that is completely and utterly smashed. So we have to get another washer bottle. We're going to have to get another leg as well. And so far, that's all I've seen. But we will keep going. See if any of these wires are broke or split, that don't work, or all that sort of stuff. That one's for the top headlight. Yeah, that one's for the top headlight, and then that one's for the... So, yeah. I'm going to keep going. He needs, basically what he's telling me, that he needs all this out of the way. So he needs that out of the way, he needs this out of the way, he needs that out of the way. Basically to clear front end so he can do his work when it comes to pulling and stuff. I'm just, he can do it, but it saves me a little bit on labour. That's what he's telling me. So I'm only going by what the body shop is telling me. The more I can remove for the front end, so it's clear for him to just crack on with the pulling, the cheaper it is for me when it comes to paying him for doing the work. So that is why I'm basically going to be doing this, is because in the long run, it's going to save us a few quid. We are going to be changing the crash bar as well, so we'll change that over for him. Well, I need to get the parts for him, so I'll get the crash bar. I'm not going to remove it, that's staying on. He said, don't remove the crash bar. I said, yeah, I know, I'm not removing nothing. All I'm going to remove is the things he tells me. So that's basically what's going to happen in today. So, yeah. And then basically just give him, he said, I can fit the wing. He said, yeah, you can fit the wing, because the wing's not really going to be interfering with anything. It's not going to be in his way. Yeah, so we can put that on and see if that matches okay, like colour-wise matches. If it's any good, then obviously, that's great. And I don't have to get it resprayed and painted, but you just never know when buying second-hand parts. So yeah, we've still got loads to strip down, loads to take off, loads to take apart. Yeah, it's really, really tight in here, I've got to be honest. It is so tight. So whether or not I can remove this, it is going to be another little bit of a job. I don't know, because it's had a little bit of a tweak that way. It's kind of pushed everything sort of too close. So I don't know, guys. We've just got to get into it and then and just see how it goes. But yeah, I'll set you up. Let's carry on. Yeah, let's do this. Right, okay, guys, look at that. Now it's been completely stripped away. You can really see how twisted that is. Look how bent that is there, look. You know, it's kind of, I think it's done it about here. That's where the crease starts, really. I think this, hopefully this behind is all okay. And it starts about there. Obviously, you know, he'll be putting it on the jig and he'd be pulling it around and he'd be messing around with all that. So I'll see what he says. You know, but that's quite far out, isn't it? It's quite far out if I do it in line like that. Look how far that is. That is out. And that one as well. So, but at least that's giving him good access now to be able to, you know, get it all set up. All I've got to do is put the wheels back on, put the battery back in, and then he can take it and then he can mess around with all that. So, I'm even thinking about leaving that wing off. Should I leave that wing off or would it be all right? I'm not sure what to do about that wing at the minute. Actually, what I would like to do, is put it in place to see if that colour matches okay. Because then that way, you know, I've got a bit of an understanding and an idea of what we're going to do when it comes to that wing. So that might need a repaint. So, yeah, I'm going to obviously leave the rest of everything else. I can't remove this one here. This pipe. I would like to remove this pipe, get it out of the way for him. But it goes up there, it goes around there, it goes along here. This is this one here, that there, and there's no is that a connection actually? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to undo this bolt, and see if I can. I'd like to remove that pipe because then that's everything out of his way. But I can't. I've got a funny feeling you can't. I don't know. I might be wrong here, but that plate there might be holding that in place. But yeah, I think this is a low pressure one. The smaller one is the low pressure. The big one is the high pressure one. So that might just be that bolt there, and those two will come out. So yeah, I'm going to try that. If it works, we're going to remove that. Then we're going to jump onto the wing, get the wing in place, do all that up into place, and then we're going to see what the colour is like. So let's continue for now. But we are getting to the kind of the end part, really. But let's continue, and let's just see how far we get. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, let me show you. So, yeah, that is an absolute spot-on match, I've got to be honest. I'm trying to get the torch here to show you exactly what it looks like, but that is spot on. So that does not need to be repainted. Got the gaps correct as well going down. We have got a couple of scratches on this, I've got to be honest, up here. So we might have just a little bit of mess around, sort of rubbing down a little bit, and maybe sort of a bit of polishing, make it a bit better. But at least it's the right colour. We can mess around with all that afterwards and get it all sorted out, do you know what I mean? Managed to get this bar, which was really flimsy, lined up as well. It does go like, I was just wondering about this like kind of angle that goes like this, goes that way. But then looking at this one, it's got that angle again, like going that way. See, do you know what I mean? So I think that's close. That's not going to be perfect. It just really ain't going to be spot on perfect, but at least it's close. You know, there's a little bit of movement there. You know, you can move it in and out a little bit to where we need it, depending on where the headlight sits. That's going to be obviously, you know, determine where that sits. But we have to work from this side because we know that this hasn't been hit. This hasn't been distorted or moved or anything like that. This wing should be in the right position. So we worked from this point. We've got to give the body shop all the parts now to do this. The headlights, the bumper, he'll need everything to line it up. So that's going to be obviously the next stage, I think, is send it over to him and he can then, look how much that's out. Look, I'm trying to line it up with a camera through there, and that is that much out. That should be over here. So that's quite a distance that's gone over. But yeah, he's assured me that that's no problem. So I'm going to leave it to him to do. But yeah, we have got to do the leg as well. I don't think it's the knuckle on this, because that knuckle is so thick. It's always the shock up there, always gets bent up there. So we're going to change that shock, probably reuse the spring. There's nothing wrong with the spring, and then we'll swap it over and change that shock absorber. Probably a new one, I've got to be honest, because the new ones, they're only like 45, 50 quid for a new shock, whereas the second-hand one is going to be like 25, 30. So it's worth just putting a new one in there, I've got to be honest. So that's what I'll probably do. But I think we are there. There's not much else I can do now. I did take off them pipes. They did remove from that bit there. So yeah, just get it out of the way for him. A little bit more space, a little bit more sort of room to sort of, you know, mess around and do what he's got to do when it comes to that. That's over here. I've got the pipes out the way. So yeah, I don't know if he wants all this. I don't know if he wants the rad pack. I don't know. I'm gonna have to speak to him again to see. The more work I give him, the more he's going to charge me. Basically, that's, you know, that's what it is. It's a labour rate or time, and it is what it is. But let's just see what he. I know for a fact he won't be able to line it up unless he's got the headlights, the bumper. He needs the complete front end to do that. We haven't got the bumper. I've got the headlights, but not the bumper. So this may take, you know, a few days to sort. I've got to still source the bumper because that's damaged. But yeah, for now, I think, you know, I'm happy with what we've done, basically. So I'm going to leave it as this for now. Put the wheels back on, and then I can just take it outside and store it out there until I get the rest of the parts. But at least we've got the wing on, and that's done. And yeah, it is completely stripped down now. Really, really nice and spacious for him to sort of do his work. And yeah, we will see this back, I'm assuming. Well, we won't. It's not going to go, just not quite yet, because we haven't got all the bits. But for now, guys, that's it. I can't do no more. So I'm going to leave it there. That's going to be the end of today's video. Yeah, and tomorrow we're going to be jumping on that electric van. Mark Diggers' van is outside the front. We're going to continue with that van tomorrow. It's going to be really nice and sunny. So We're going to see how that goes. But for now, on the Nissan Note, that is the end of today's video, guys. Don't forget, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. How's it going? And, yeah, that is quite bad, isn't it? It's gone over quite a lot. More than what I thought, I've got to be honest. I thought that wasn't that bad, but it actually is. It's quite over quite a lot. But he's told me, he's assured me, the body shop, that is no problem. So that's it, guys. Don't forget, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.